Hot Mess Therapist, the podcast where real life meets real therapy. We're two therapists, best friends, moms, and business partners navigating the beautiful chaos of life together. As co-owners of a private practice, we help others work through relationships, parenting challenges, anxiety, stress, and all the messy parts of being human.
Each week, we'll dive into conversations about love, relationships, friendships, parenting, family dynamics, mental health, and everything in between. We'll share insights from our clinical experience, lessons from our own lives, and plenty of honest stories about the moments when even therapists don't have it all together. So, grab your coffee or a glass of wine, hide from your kids for a few minutes if you can, and join us for authentic conversations, practical advice, and a reminder that being a hot mess doesn't mean that you're doing it wrong. We're so glad you're here. This is Hot Mess Therapist.
Hey, welcome back to Hot Mess Therapist. I'm Nikki.
I'm Sarah.
Oh, and Sarah, today we are rolling into our funny story episode. Before we move into how attachment looks in teens.
That's right.
And security in teens. Our teens were not terrible to raise.
No. Oh my gosh. They were so fun. I know that when my babies were little, I really struggled with the idea of them becoming teenagers. I didn't know how I was going to manage that. And you hear all sorts of horror stories about how hard it is to raise teens. And it's not that there aren't challenges with raising kids at any developmental stage. But one of the things I found when my kids hit adolescence is that I really enjoyed them.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really enjoy, like, the middle school, like, 6th grade through 8th grade phase.
Could be tough.
Every single one of them was tough. But by the time they hit high school, they were, like, so fun.
They're so fun. They're funny. They're smart. They are creative. I just really have enjoyed my children.
Yeah. You know, but they, of course, came with challenges.
Of course they did.
Because teenagers like to test boundaries.
They do.
They're gaining autonomy.
Absolutely.
They're exploring their own life, things they like, things they don't like, and learning all of that.
And a lot of our parenting, when they're little, it requires us to provide a lot of scaffolding.
Yep.
A lot of support, a lot of help.
Yep.
But as they become teenagers, you know, we have taught them a lot of what they need to know, the values, morals, the things that we find important. And now it is time for teenagers to start implementing that by moving a little bit away from us, right?
They shouldn't want to spend time with us in reality.
No. I mean, they like it, but they don't want to do it all the time.
You know when they like it is 11 o'clock at night when we're in bed and they want to tell us all about their day and I'm ready to go to bed.
Do you know what I call that? I call that loitering.
Mm-hmm.
That's that, like, I'm going to wander into the room.
Yeah.
Right? And you're watching TV and they might just stand there for a minute and so you pause and you're like, hey, what's up? And then you hear a whole ass story about their day. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yep.
Or you're like in bed with a book, like getting ready to go to sleep, and they just kind of wander into your room, and that's when they have energy to talk.
Harley would wander in after dance at like 10:30 at night and be like, I got some dance tea.
Yep.
Let's talk about it.
Yep. Jack would come home after work and be like, oh my God, you have to hear about my shift today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, and they start going out and hanging out with friends because that is so appropriate for that age.
Peer development's super appropriate.
Right. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I think about a summer that I had, Harley was just graduated, so it would have been summer of 2023. Creed was going into his senior year.
Okay.
He spent a lot of time that year. You know, he had his license, driving his 2002 Ford Taurus, right? The door didn't shut. He had to hold it closed when he drove. Whatever.
Teenage cars.
I know. And I'm like, really, buddy, we can get a different car. No, I love this car. But he's hanging out at his friend's house a lot that summer. His friend had an in-ground pool. I'm like, this is so great. You know, he only lives 3 miles from us. Runs over there, just having a great time. Bonfires, like all that. Like when you think back to the summer before your senior year, like that awesome summer before your senior year.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and one night afternoon, he's like, I'm gonna go hang out with this friend. We're gonna go swimming today and just chill and spend the night. I'm like, cool, nothing out of the norm.
You're right. Mm-hmm.
Right. And I think about something came up that day and I needed to ask him a question. So I texted him, didn't hear anything. And I'm like, he's in the pool. No big deal. Called him a little bit later because I still hadn't heard back. Nothing. I'm like, they must be really having a good time, right? 5-6 hours go by, still had not heard from my son.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm going to text and call again. Got nothing. Harley's at home, and I'm like, I don't know where your brother is.
Oh, no.
They said he is not answering his phone. nowhere to be found. I said, he's supposedly at this friend's house. Well, the beauty of having kids close together is they all had the same knowledge of friend groups. They all, they're all so close in age. So I said, you want to drive over to the friend's house for me? Because it's 9:30 at night and I'm not leaving the house. And tell Creed I just need him to answer the text message.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
She's like, yeah, no problem. Whatever, I go about my evening. Mm-hmm. Calls me as soon as she gets there. So.
Oh, no.
I'm like, yeah. She's like, I'm here talking to the parents, which is so Harley, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay. She goes, so Creed's phone's here.
Oh, no.
It is it? Yep. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. And I'm like, so where's your brother?
Yeah, how often are teenagers separated from their phone?
Yeah, not.
Mm-hmm.
Not if you're, only if you're trying to sneak off to Wisconsin
to
a Suicide Boys concert and not have your mom know.
Yeah. If you think about it, there was some smartness in leaving the thing that could be tracked
100%
in Minnesota when you wanted to be in Wisconsin.
Right, 100%. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so now I wasn't even angry. I was like panicked.
Yeah.
Because my son is in a different state at a concert without a cell phone. Right? And this was right after the Astroworld Travis Scott thing where all those people got trampled. There had been a couple shootings at festivals.
There had been, yeah.
Right around that time too. And so I knew he wanted to go to a concert, and we had been having some conversation about it, and I was like, I don't know if it's a good idea or not. But instead of finishing the conversations, we just opted to go to the concert.
This was definitely ask for forgiveness, not permission.
100%, yes. And so Harley, gives me an update and says, alrighty, I'm heading out. I'm bringing the phone home, so he has to come get it. I'm like, yeah,
do that.
So she got home, and she snapped the friend that Creed was with, because, again, they all were kind of in the same school and knew each other, and said, Mom knows Creed better get his butt home ASAP, because she's not happy.
Oh my gosh, you remember as a teenager when you knew you were busted? Like what that feeling was?
Oh, the anxiety, right? Yep. Or so I thought.
Right. Well, I mean, right. I once came home after sneaking out, and my dad had put a note on my closet door that said, "You're busted," but then went back to bed, and so I had to wait all night.
Oh my God, right? So I'm thinking that this is what Creed is feeling on the ride home, right?
Yes.
And Harley's getting snap updates like, we're in Minnesota now, we're in Minneapolis, right? Like, from the friend, because they're in trouble.
Right.
So Creed gets home, and I'm sitting on the couch with my partner and Harley's like, "Ooh, I can't wait to see what's going to happen. How's this going to go down? I can't wait. He's in so much trouble.
That's right.
This is the worst thing anybody's ever done." Right? And Creed walks in and goes, "Best night of my life. I'm not even sorry."
Oh, I'm
and
so
now
glad he thought it was worth it.
I know. And I'm like, to be grounded the whole next school year, and I was joking.
Yeah.
I'm like, in all honesty, Creed, I am glad you're home safe. My panic and worry has now resolved. But I'm going to need you to go upstairs.
That's right. I'm so mad at you.
Because I am not in a logical place to have a conversation with you right now.
Absolutely not.
I'm glad you had a nice time at the concert of your current favorite band. I don't even know if he likes them that much anymore. He went upstairs that night. We all went to bed. The house was quiet. The next morning he got up, and he definitely slept in. It was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. He got up. Came downstairs, and he said, "What's my consequence?" And I said, I've been thinking about it, and I'd like you to maybe think about a consequence. Do you think you need a consequence, or do we need to have more of a conversation? And he was like, well, I like the conversation thing. I'm like, all right. So what we started with was the fact that we decided that he had to gain some trust back and was not going to go to friends' houses for 2 weeks. Friends could come over.
Absolutely.
Because I don't think taking away a social life for teenagers is beneficial.
I don't either.
I think that causes more harm, more risk for poor behaviors, those kind of things.
Absolutely.
So his friends could come over, but he was not allowed to go to friends for 2 weeks.
Right.
We then determined that maybe writing a list of 10 things that could have went wrong in the evening.
Yep.
Be it he'd get kidnapped, he'd get drugged, he'd get trampled, whatever.
Right.
What are the 10 things that could have went wrong without having a cell phone or way of contacting anybody, getting separated from friends at this big event,
Absolutely.
right?
Let's think through what could have happened.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the last component was Creed became my bitch.
Yep.
2 weeks. Any chore that I ask of you, any task, there is no back talk. There's no question as to why to do it. You're just going to do it.
That's right.
And so that went on. Now Creed's 20, going to be 20 here very shortly. And to this day, when I asked him to take the trash out, and he says, "Can Axel do it?" I'm like, you went to Wisconsin.
Yeah. That will always get him.
Yeah, I mean, Creed's going to be 40 with kids and his wife, and it's going to be Thanksgiving dinner, and I'm like, I'm going to need you to do the dishes. And he's going to go, Mom. And I'm like, you went to Wisconsin.
Yep. Yeah.
And I'm going to tell his wife all this about it. I'm going to tell his kids all about it.
Absolutely.
And hopefully one of his kids causes him to worry as much as I did.
You know what, though? I'm pretty sure our parents, wished that on us, too.
I know.
Right?
I know.
We are continuing the tradition.
Yeah.
What I like about a lot of this is that this didn't become a power struggle between the two of you.
No.
This became about, hey, I was scared because you did something without thinking through all the consequences.
Which is normal teenage brain.
Which is such normal teenage brain. And so helping him to engage cognitively in why that may have not have been a great choice.
Right.
And then also really hitting the trust issue, right? So how do kids, when they break trust, earn trust back? Because then you kept the issue as a trust issue, not as a bad kid, not as a under poor influence by other kids who kid and have kid brains, right?
Right.
That it doesn't become about your child being bad.
No.
It becomes about, hey, we made a mistake. We have to fix the mistake. And the mistake was potentially dangerous.
Yep.
So tell me why.
Yeah.
But this helps with growth and development and cognitive development and making better decisions as he moves forward.
Exactly. And the other piece is in the 90s, we did some really questionable things.
We didn't have phones. Our parents didn't know where we were.
They had no clue what we were doing. Like the dead in the ditch thing was really, it could have been a reality.
Yeah, yeah. When I think about some of the things that I did that was pretty dangerous and luckily survived. Yeah. And, even as an adult now, talking to my parents, they knew maybe a little bit more than I thought they did.
Right.
There was something they just let go.
I never snuck out.
You never snuck out?
Not
I snuck
once.
out all the time.
Not once.
I had a really strict curfew, so I would meet curfew.
And then go back out. Yeah, no. I identified as a grandma, I think, even in high school. I mean, my mom had rules, like I had to pick either Friday night or Saturday night to go out, and I could only go out one night on the weekend.
Oh.
But then, by the time senior year hit, I was, involved in, a bunch of stuff that my friends were like, are you coming out tonight? And my mom would let me go out on weeknights. I'm like, no, I'm tired. I'm going to be in bed by 7. So, I mean, not much has changed.
No, I was going to say, that sounds really the same.
But yeah, I did never sneak out. But I did stuff when I did say I was going out, I'd say I was going one other place.
Sure. That was really
and go to another. Or I remember my senior year when I was almost graduating. It was the first time I ever drank at a friend's house. And the parents were out of town. And we were the cheerleaders and we had the basketball team over. We all drank and got really drunk. And the next morning I went home. And my mom's like, all right, get up. We got to get going over to Duluth. We're meeting friends for dinner. And I had to travel in the car. And I just remember her telling me, a year later, she's like, I knew you were hungover. How was the trip to Duluth?
Yeah.
It was awful.
It was awful. Thanks. Thanks for letting me know about that.
Yeah. So, I mean, we did that stuff.
We did do that
stuff. And consequencing me at that time wasn't going to do anything.
No.
but
no,
I still might have.
I was grounded a lot, and I still snuck out a lot.
Yeah.
In fact, it boosted my
sneaky
behavior because I was constantly restricted.
Yeah.
And that's not to say kids, adolescents, teens, they don't need like full freedom.
They need boundaries.
But they need boundaries. They need a safety net.
And the relationship.
And they need the relationship. As my kids have gotten older, they have talked to me more about things that they are interested in trying and interested in doing.
Yeah.
And so with that relationship, I get to do more teaching and supporting.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Which started back when Sam was on his unscheduled field trips.
On his unscheduled field trips.
Right.
Running away. We had to create safety.
Yep. In those spaces.
In those spaces.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So next time we're going to jump into what that looks like in the teen years when it
Absolutely.
relates back to attachment, boundaries, and autonomy.
That's so exciting.
I know. It's kind of my favorite era, to be honest.
I know. Right now, I'm just really loving it.
I know. Well, with that being said, just remember, you can be a hot mess.
And still keep it all together.
And we will see you next time on
Hot Mess Therapist.